This is Tecker 101, episode 46, Bookmooch.
I'm Michael Plasmeier.
And I'm Gdovin, and today we're going to talk about Bookmooch. It's like a book swap online.
Bookmooch.com, and as Gdovin said, it's a book swapping site, so instead of, you can sell used books online at Amazon and other sites, and you can also buy used books online from Amazon. The advantage of this is there's no money involved, just points, so it's a little more of an informal environment. Now that means you won't get your books as fast, or if you're shipping books out, it's okay if you wait like half a week before you go to the post office to mail the books. So it's a little bit more informal, and
Or sometimes 2 months.
right, and no money changes hands between you and the other person. So to sign up, basically you go to bookmooch.com and you create an account, and that of course is just like normal, username and
Password, blah, blah, blah.
and your address, so people know where to ship stuff, and then you get 1/10 of a point for every book that you add to your inventory, so books that you're willing to give away. And once you add 10 books that you're willing to give away, you can get a book from someone. Every book costs 1 point. Doesn't matter if it's the cheapest trade paperback that everyone has a bunch of copies of, or it's a really rare and expensive book. It's all 1 point. There's a downside to that we'll get to in a minute, but you just pick any book. And what is it for international?
International is 3 points, but you only pay 2. Bookmooch gives them an extra 1 because it's a real rip-off. Sending stuff internationally is really expensive. I just did it, and you have to fill out a customs form and all. It's a lot of work. So unless you want to be really nice and send it internationally, I recommend just keep it domestic. It's a lot easier.
Right, and if you live in the United States, that's really easy because a lot of Bookmooch members are in the United States. What was it? 3 points to get a book internationally, and then you get to
you give 2. Bookmooch gives them a third.
You pay 2 points to get a book internationally, but the receiver or the sender gets 3 points. So Bookmooch throws in an extra point to thank them for shipping internationally. You're allowed to deny requests, so if you don't want to ship to someone, you can deny their request. And basically when you get a mooch set up, you just bring the book to the post office if you're the one sending, and you pay the postage. So that's the only monetary cost involved, is you have to pay the postage.
Which could be like $3 about, and that's even with buying the envelope at the post office and putting it in and just handing it over. It's
right.
Like $3. It's not bad at all.
And you're free to send media mail. As we said, it's a more informal thing, so you're fine sending media mail.
Well, there is a rating system, so like when you send a book out and they receive it, they get a feedback score that they can give you. You get +1, a 0, or a -1.
Right, but that's basically...
But that's just, if somebody's looking at you and they don't know they can trust you, they can see like how many get lost in the mail and how many you've sent out and all.
Right, that's just the trust in the person. That's not the quality of the book, but you are allowed to add a condition note for the actual book. If you want to get a book from someone, then you just type in the name of the book in here. And as you said, a book costs 1 point, and the only problem is that new books or rarer books, there's not enough supply for those. So for like new books that come out, there might be like 40 people on the wish list of that book, and what happens when someone wants to give that book away, then it'll randomly email one person from that list like every hour.
I thought it emails everybody, and then you click, and then whoever the first one to click gets it.
I think that's how they did it before, but they might have changed it.
So I've never gotten a book off the wish list. I've always had it directly ordered.
Because that's the problem, where I think they changed that, because before they would send an email to everyone, and then if 40 people were requesting the book, 40 people would get an email to tell them to go to Bookmooch, and the first one to get it would get it. So basically whoever's email system was the fastest would get the book, and that was, you know, unfair, because if you were away from the computer, you'd never get it. If your email system is slow delivering, even if it takes like 2 minutes to deliver a piece of email, you'd never get the book. So that was unfair. I think they've changed it, not sure. But that's the problem with the book. It's not really for books that you really need to have. It's more of an informal thing, and for books that are available. So the books that are available are mostly the ones that are, as you said, trade paperbacks.
Oh, the purple.
I don't know. Let me see. And as you see here, there are plenty of copies of this book.
I gotta put my copy of that on there.
Yeah, this is great for school books, and because one of my teachers right now for English gives me extra credit if I bring the book in. So if I plan it in advance, like a month in advance, and get the book on Bookmooch, I can get the extra credit. Because the books that we read in school are generally the popular books, like the color purple. So the books are available and you can get those. But if you're looking for something rare or something topic specific, like a computer industry book, you're not going to get the latest book.
You can get like computer history books, but stuff like video production, I got a book off Bookmooch, and it was made in 1988. So a lot of the information is very accurate, but there's some technique that I learned from it. But besides that, it was kind of useless. It was showing me how to edit on an Apple II.
Right. So overall, Bookmooch, it's slow and informal, and that helps you because you don't have to get the book out in time. If the condition's a little bit, bent, then they're not going to care. No money changes hands. It's like a social club.
The other thing is, if you don't want to keep the book after you're done reading it, or you think it was kind of crappy and you don't want the book, just put it back on Bookmooch, get somebody else to mooch it off of you, and you get your point back.
Right.
It's an endless cycle if you want it to be.
And the problems with it is it's a little bit slow. Many of the unpopular books, or many of the popular books, are unavailable. You have to be lucky in order to score a book that a lot of people have on their wish list. And for example, I have like 5 or 6 points accumulated because people keep requesting books from me, but the books I want to read aren't really available on Bookmooch. So you're kind of like giving books, you're doing good to other people by giving them books and accumulating points. I'm Michael Plasmeier.
And I'm Mike Gdovin.
Hope you enjoy
books.
Yeah. To watch this episode again, or any of our prior episodes, you can visit our website at 911.tecker.net. We also have feeds in multiple versions for all your different portable devices. You can also search for Tecker, T-E-C-K-E-R, in the iTunes Store, and you can subscribe for free to multiple versions, both video and audio, for your iPod, iPhone, whatever Apple device, Apple TV, and you can see Tecker 911 there. Also, if you have any questions about technology that you'd like to have us answer on the show, or any comments about the show, you can email us 911@tecker.net, or leave us a voicemail at 610-572-2847. Thank you for watching Tecker 911.